Good afternoon. Welcome to another night of high school hoops. We are here at the net. Sorry, force a habit there. At the den as Gahanna takes on New Albany. Now, this is an important matchup for both teams because whoever wins will be taking the number one spot in the OCC. So, we already have the base layer of the rivalry matchup, and the topping for our beautiful cake here is the OCC title match. Now, as we already know, Eagles got some playmakers, and I'd like to congratulate Marco Matucci for getting a McDonald's All-American nomination. They don't give those out to people who can't score at the basket, who can't play defense. Marco earned it through hard work and determination, and he is one of our playmakers for this Eagles team. Another, uh, now, for Gahanna's, um, key, playmakers is the freshman Steve Blackman. Last time they played New Albany, he had an entourage of threes. Really just getting to his shots and raining from three, if we're being completely honest. Now, obviously we have Whitfield, the senior guard, who is kind of like the control panel of this unit. He is very good at passing the ball and really getting his teammates open and controlling that offense. He's like a maestro for this team. Now, who do we think is going to win this game? I believe New Albany can pull off the win over Gahanna at the Den tonight due to a few factors. Number one, they did beat Gahanna earlier in the season by 10 points, which is a large margin. Second of all, New Albany has a chip on their shoulder after losing to Grove City, losing that number one OCC spot to this Gahanna team, who played, let's be fair, not a great Central Crossing team. So we knew they were going to win that game. So, as New Albany gets ready for this matchup, they really got to stop a few things here. They got to stop Blackman's threes, Whitfield's playmaking, and Washington's just overall athleticism. He gets to his shots and really gets boards. He gets a ton of boards. Now, for the Lions to come out victorious in this one, obviously the Eagles do not want that to happen. We do not want that to happen at EBN. But to be frank, here is what Gahanna's plan to succeed would be. First, they gotta shut down Marco Matucci. If you leave him open and you let him get hot, you're not gonna have a good night. That's just plain and simple. Another factor is you can't leave out Marco's right-hand man, Caden Kistner. He backs up everything Marco does and more. He is just there. He hits a shot. He is one of the clutchest players at New Albany right now. Hitting buzzer beaters, hitting deep threes, hitting every kind of shot you want him to hit, he will hit in time. Now, just a few key players they have. Evan Murfield, he's the big guy on the team. He gets his boards, he gets post work. Now, does he need to get a little bit better in scoring? Yes, but overall, as a junior, he's very good at playing that forward center role. Now, our starting lineup for Gahanna is number one, Derek Rivera Whitfield. And then number 5, Ryan Washington Jr. Then it's Landon Shayer. Then It is number 14, Nick Newman, the 6'5 forward. Then, it's number 32, Raheem Washington. Now, for your Eagles, I think we already know the starting lineup, but I'll just give a quick overview. We got Caden Kistner. We got Marco Matucci. We got Kelby Martin. We got Evan Murfield. Cam Kolar. Braden King. That's your starting lineup for your Eagles. As we will be taking a quick break just to get everything ready, and I will be back to take the first quarter of this first quarter. And we are back as we're about to tip off as the Eagles take on the Gahanna Lincoln Lions. As they're announcing Gahanna's starting lineup, we have already gone over this. So I'm going to debrief how the Eagles have been playing and how they can play better. Also, I'd like to note that Martin is not starting tonight after I don't know how to word this because I don't want to be rude, but just an overall not great performance from the three, from just like overall game. He took good shots, it just wasn't his night. So, now, the Eagles had momentum early in the season, only losing one game when they played Gahanna. They've lost a few games now that they should not have lost. They shouldn't have lost to Grove City. No, who else did they lose to? It's okay that they lost to UA. They should not have lost to Westerville Central. There was no way that should have happened. But all you can do now is move past it. And I know Marco Matucci and the rest of this Eagles team want to end this Gahanna-Lincoln rivalry with a win. That is something that they want to do. That is something that I know all of them would love for it to happen in this just overall. As the tip-off is going, as the Eagles win the tip-off, as Kistner is bringing it up court. Passes it to King. Passes it to Matucci. Bounce passes to Murfield is misconnected. Braden King gets the rebound. Passes it to oh my God. Kistner passes it to Matucci. Matucci to King. King moving around the arc. Passes it to Kolar. Matucci making a spin. Passes it to King, and there's a foul on the play. As that was some good ball movement by the Eagles. Trying to just make this Gahanna team pay for not being able to keep up with the Eagles' pace. As Kistner passes it to King. Kistner passes to Kolar. Kolar passes it to King again. Kolar in the corner. Kolar driving, kicks it to King. Marco at the top of the key. Passes it to Murfield. Murfield hands it off to Matucci. Matucci pump fakes, trying to find an option. Kolar with the ball. Passes it to Kistner. Kistner slows the pace down. That's a really good play by Kistner there. Trying to just slow this play down. As Kistner trying to find an option, passes it to King down low. As King passes it to Matucci. Matucci with the physical play and no foul. As Whitfield, as they're bringing it back, I think there was a foul on that Marco Matucci shot there. As the crowd's having a little bit of a rough reaction. Oh, no, they're just not letting Rivera bring it down on a fast break. So Rivera's taking the inbound as Shayer also gets it. Shayer bringing it up court. Rivera off his side as Kolar's guarding up on Shayer. Whitfield, off-ball screen, passes it. As Braden King with the steal and the bump. Okay, that is Washington. Okay. Kistner putting it up court. Marco had that inbound. As Kistner drives down the court. Passes it to King. Marco off the wing. Passes it to King again. King passes it to Kolar. Kolar off the wing. Kolar to King. King off that wing again. Passes it to Matucci. Matucci in the corner. Kolar in the corner. Passes it to King. King to Matucci. Matucci off that wing. Trying to make a man miss. As he drives. Kicks it to Kistner. Kistner for three. Bang! Caden Kistner with the three. As Rivera bringing it up the court. Rivera. Fancy spin to Washington. Washington Passes it to Rivera. Rivera passes it to Washington again down low. With Eagles with the steal again as Matucci's bringing it up court. Matucci. Pump fakes to King. King to Kolar. Pass it to Kistner. Kistner to King. King to Matucci, I think. I can't see. As Matucci floats it in for the 2. Eagles having a 5-0 run right now. This is how you want to start a game. As Whitfield trying to make a man miss, trying to use his strength to get past his Eagles D. They are unrelenting here. In that triple threat, Washington off the perimeter. Pass it to Scher. Scher to Newman. Newman passes it to Whitfield. Whitfield to Washington. Washington passes it to Whitfield again. Whitfield to Scher. Whitfield again as he steps back. Washington with the down low. And it's no good. King with the rebound. As Matucci is taking it up court here. Now, the Eagles' offense and defense is playing perfectly in harmony. Okay. King passes it to Kolar. Cam Kolar with the rebound. Almost having disaster there as Whitfield gets a hand on it. Kolar to Kistner. Kistner resetting that play. Passes it to Matucci. Matucci. As I'm going to pass it to Zach Flowers.
All right, thank you, Tim, for taking us through that first half of that first quarter. Eagles lead 5-0 with 3:52 left in this first quarter affair. Holding Gahanna Lincoln scoreless, and they're really struggling on offense as Rivera Whitfield will slowly walk it down the court and head into enemy territory. They'll swing it to Washington, who's heavily covered by Matucci, down inside to Shearer, who just hands it back off to Rivera Whitfield, who will pull up from beyond the arc, and no good as Marco Matucci comes away with the rebound. Low scoring game in this first quarter as this Eagles offense really trying to slow it down. Kistner with it now at the top of the key, down inside to Murfield, hands it back off to Kistner. Kistner driving inside, out to King. King for 3, he's got it. Brandon King. What a shot from range as Gahanna. Shearer with it to Washington. Washington back to Newman. Newman trying to make a move on King. Can't get anything. Down inside to Pinkman. To Washington in the corner. Washington pump fake drives inside. Floater can't hit. And rebound by Gahanna. Rivera Whitfield with it. And Pinkston for 3. And an air ball. No good. But Washington gets the rebound. Foul on the play. And it drops down and in. Ryan Washington Jr. puts Gahanna on the board with 2:27 left in this first period. 8-2 as he will add on to it with the free throw attempt pending. Huge play there from Washington. And what an effort by the big men to find a way to get those boards. As Washington Jr.'s free throw is off the back of the rim and out. Matucci comes away with the rebound and will slowly take it down the court. Eagles, 6-point lead with 2:18 left. Kistner swings it to Kolar. Kolar driving inside, finds a lane. Tough layup off the glass, and he's got it. 2:08, 10-2. Eagles lead as the freshman will take a shot. Pardon me, Washington, Ryan Washington hits the 3 in the left corner. And Matucci will take it down the court, swings it to Kistner. Fires back to Kolar, who swings it to Kistner. Matucci for three. Can't hit. Murfield with the tough rebound in and one. 12-5 is our score with 1:40 left in this first period. Wild sequence of events. And it's been an eventful first quarter. Eagles with 12. They haven't been much of a scoring team in these past couple games. On the season, they're averaging about 53.7. And again, so far, with 1:40 left to play in this first period, they've got 12. An Evan Murfield free throw still pending as Ryan Washington Jr. will come out and Roger Carter will step in. Murfield's free throw. He's got it. 13-5 with 1:40. As the clock will begin to run as Rivera Whitfield slowly jogs it down the court. Hits Newman. In the left wing, it's Roger Carter. And now Blackman. Star-studded freshman getting heavily defended by Trotner. Forced the pass out. Rivera Whitfield with it in the right wing. Moves to the top of the key. Swinging it down inside. And a foul on the shot attempt. Roger Carter received the pass from Whitfield. Whitfield immediately driving inside and fouled on the shot attempt. So he will look for his first points of the game from the line. First one finds a way to drop in. 13-6, and Rivera Whitfield, last game between New Albany and Gahanna in this rivalry matchup, was a huge key player. Second in scoring behind Blackman as the miss occurs, and Kistner with it to Thorne. Swinging it to Trotner at the top of the key, who finds Kistner on the left wing. Kistner gets a screen from Murfield, drives inside, passes it out. Corner three off the mark. Remy Trotner trying to hit, and with 47.4, it's 13-6. New Albany leads by 7. Good shot take there by Trotner. Had a little bit of separation, just could not finish on that shot. Gonna find Trotner in the corner yet again, and he's gonna lob it up down inside to Murfield, and he receives and finishes the great play. Little pump fake by Trotner and a lob pass to Murfield inside, faking out the entire defense. Nobody was there with Murfield down in the paint, as now Carter in no hurry to make a move with 19 seconds in counting. Matucci nearing him. Swings it to Pinkston. Pinkston not going to shoot. Blackman with it. Blackman for three. Blackman. Oh, that one drops in and out as zeros hit the clock in this first period. 15-6 is our score, as I'll hand you back off to my partner, Tim Gonda.
Can I get the first 4 minutes of each quarter? Is that too much? What? Since it's 10 minutes, can I get the 4 minutes of each quarter? There's 10 minutes? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Well, I was 8. What? There's 8. Oh, then, yeah, 4. I can do 3. Just like how about just for this next one? Yeah. Okay. Thanks, sir. I am back. I'm also going to be doing the first 4 minutes of the next quarter. Now, this is a dream scenario for this Eagles offense, as they are pummeling this Gahanna's defense, as Matucci and Murfield and Kolar are all just clicking on offense. Thank you. As as Gahanna hasn't really been clicking overall as a team. They've been missing shots and just not really getting where they need to be as they always usually are. Now, can New Albany keep this up? I really hope they can. And I think they can. But we'll have to see in the next 8 minutes of this second quarter and halftime and fourth quarter. Well, obviously, but you know what I'm trying to say here, folks. As we are getting back in, as Blackman is getting the inbound. He's putting it up, passes it to Washington. Washington passes it to Washington. Washington drive, kicks to Blackman. Foul on the play as Marco gets pushed to the ground. Just a really, honestly, bonehead move by that Gahanna player from Washington Jr. Just, I don't know what he was doing there. That just gave this steaming hot New Albany offense another possession as Marco gets the ball. Marco passes it to Murfield down low. Murfield in that triple threat, passes it to Kistner. Kistner passes it to Kolar. Kolar to Kistner. Back to Kolar. Kolar to Matucci. Matucci in that triple threat. Hezzies. Matucci in that corner. Passes it to Kolar. Kolar passes it back to Matucci. Matucci for three. Oh, just off the mark. He will be hitting the next one. As Washington takes that fast break. Resets it. Passes it to Washington again. Goes down low, and it's good. Washington with the physical two-pointers as Kistner's driving it up the court. Passes it to Matucci. Matucci spins around, driving. I don't know why that wasn't a foul. Kolar driving to the basket. Kicks it to Murfield. Murfield, physical play. I think that's a reach-in foul, and it is. This Eagles offense is steaming hot right now. The only thing that can stop them right now is themselves here. Can New Albany keep this momentum as they pass it to Murfield? Murfield to Matucci. Matucci passes it to Kolar. Kolar to back to Kolar. Kolar spins, drives to the basket. It is good. Cam Kolar with the drop. Matucci with the board. Matucci trying to find a man here as he's taking the ball up court. Passes it to Kistner. Kistner trying to find a man. Passes it to Murfield. Murfield to Kistner. Kistner with the lay, and it's no good. He will be hitting the next one, though. That is just a not really normal shot that Kistner misses. He's usually very consistent overall. He usually shoots very well from the three and even better in the paint. Nick Newman checks in the game. And Jake Johansson also checks into the game for your Eagles. Now, New Albany really just needs to execute on offense and also on defense. New Albany is one of the best teams in the state if they can just keep their momentum going. As Whitfield drives it up, passes it to Washington. Washington trying to find a man. Passes it to Whitfield. Whitfield drives to the lane. Passes it to Washington. Washington drives. Passes it to Whitfield. Wide open in the corner. And he misses. You cannot afford leaving him wide open in that paint. In that corner. Kistner passes it to Matucci. Matucci drives. Passes it to Kistner. Kistner to Kolar. Kolar tried to find something. Matucci to Johansson. Johansson passes it to Kolar. Kolar to Matucci. To Kistner. Now to Matucci. Matucci drives. Passes it to Kolar. Kolar off the wing. Johansson to Kistner. Kistner. Kistner trying to find a man. Passes it to Johansson. Johansson to Kistner. Kistner. Oh, it's off the mark. As Whitfield is driving it down. Slowing it down. Whitfield again with the ball. Washington Jr. Pump fakes. Passes it to Whitfield. Share with the ball. Passes it to Whitfield. Passes it to Washington. Swings it to Share. And it's off the mark. Marco Matucci with the steal as he's driving down the court. Passes it to Kolar. Kolar gets rejected at the rim. As I'm passing it to Zach Flowers.
So Kolar rejected on the shot attempt. However, it will stay Eagles ball as Kolar will receive back near the logo. Gonna swing it to Martin down the baseline. Martin to Murfield beyond the arc. Gonna swing it to Kolar in the corner and 3 ball. He's got it. Driving inside is Rivera Whitfield. Gonna be forced to step out. Gonna hit Pinkston. Pinkston drives inside. Floater over top of Martin. And a foul on the shot. As there's no word on who it's on just yet. It will be on Jake Johansson of the Eagles. So with 3:48 left and a 20-8 score, with New Albany leading, Mark Pinkston will head to the line. First free throw. He's got it. Pure shot. And Pinkston, the 5'9" freshman guard, the last time the Eagles played Gahanna, he didn't do much. He did not really even see the floor, and he's seen it a lot today in this affair as he hits his second free throw, 20-9, with 3:48 left. As Gahanna looking like they're full court pressing the Eagles. Gonna swing it to Thorne, the senior. Back to Kistner. Taking it down the court. Kistner trying to find a driving lane. Kistner in the left wing. Still looking for an opportunity. Gonna pass it to Kolar. Swings it to Jackson. Up to Kolar in the corner. Kistner with it. Martin. Pump fakes. Drives inside. And that one rejected. However, there is a foul on the shot attempt. So Kelby Martin will head to the line with 2 free throws pending. And he's looking for his first points of the game. Martin's been more of an inconsistent player than anything else. Has had games where he's been on fire from long range. And in these past couple Eagles losses, he has been victim to being just ice cold. As this first free throw is butter. But Martin looking for a big game today against their rivals. Shot is up and good. So 3:26 left, 22-10, as the freshman Blackman will take it down the court. Driving towards the left wing, Kistner there defensively. Hits Rivera Whitfield down inside to Washington. The ball whistles blow as Thorne made the steal attempt in a quick double team as Murfield and Thorne swarmed Washington. It will be a foul on Jackson Thorne, so it will stay Gahanna Lincoln ball. As Shearer gets ready to inbound. Shearer lobs it up to Nevels, as Nevels from the logo will swing it to the left side to Rivera Whitfield, who tries to drive in. Pump fakes and forces the pass to Washington. Right back to Rivera Whitfield. Shearer on the left wing, and that one no good, and a foul on the Lions as well. So even if that shot dropped, it would be Eagle basketball. It's on Raheem Washington, the big man for this Gahanna team. 22-10 is our score with 2:53 left in this first half. As Murfield would get the inbound, just hand it back off to Kistner with Blackman heavily defending him. To Matucci, who drives inside. Floater attempt doesn't go. And Matucci can't get the rebound, but King will. And now Kistner with it at the top of the key to Matucci in the right wing. Matucci looking for an opportunity. Another drive, and that one drops. However, there's a foul, and it looks like it will be a charge on Matucci. So the basket will not count as Gahanna Lincoln takes back possession. 2:26 left in this first half as Blackman slowly brings it up the court. Hits Washington at the top of the key with King defending him, and it's swatted away on a pass attempt down inside to Nevels. Kistner tipped it up. So Gahanna holds possession. Up to Washington near the free throw line. Washington backing down King to Nevels in the corner. Nevels can't hit, and Matucci soaring to get that rebound. 2 minutes on the dot left in this first half. 22-10 is our score. Kistner dribbling towards the right wing to King. Kolar. Matucci on the left wing. Kistner finds a man, King, in the corner, who slowly takes it out. Oh, and he tripped, but Kistner able to recover it after he lost the ball. Murfield hands it off to Kistner. Kistner trying to drive inside. Bounce pass to Kolar down low. And Matucci. It's a whole lot of passes inside, outside, and Matucci with it. Down inside to Murfield. Murfield trying to back down Washington. And a foul on the shot attempt. Ball didn't even leave Murfield's hands, and the refs already calling a foul on Washington. As the Gahanna boos pour in, as Evan Murfield will look to take the lead over Matucci as the highest scorer on the day. As he will. First free throw up and good. So 109, 23-10. Eagles in the bonus with 5 team fouls committed by Gahanna. Murfield's second one off of the backboard and drops away. Rivera Whitfield trying to make a quick fast break opportunity. Down inside to Newman. Shot. Can't hit, but another foul. And we've got a foul festival here in Gahanna Lincoln, as with 59.9, Nick Newman will head to the line, looking for his first points of the day. Newman's first one off of the back of the rim and bounces out. Newman, the senior, hasn't been having the best year, and he's going to be needed here today, as he missed again. 0 for 2 from the line, as Kistner with 54 seconds and ticking will take it down. Hits Martin in the right wing. Kolar with it to Kistner, back near the Gahanna Lincoln logo. 42 seconds. Kistner still with it, trying to make a move on Rivera Whitfield as whistles blow. And the Eagles will call their first timeout of the half. So with 37.1 seconds and a 23-10 score, Eagles lead by 13. Both teams will head to their benches for a quick break. When we take a look at Gahanna Lincoln and their offensive efficiency, they're a team that's averaging 5.8 points a game. And so far today, they've only got 10. Last time they played the Eagles, it was a 35-45 final, with Gahanna only putting 35 points up on the day. So it feels like this Eagles defense is really Gahanna Lincoln's kryptonite, as they are well under their points average on the season. As both teams will head back into the battlegrounds. And the inbound to Kistner, back near half court. Hits Matucci down inside to Johansson. And Kolar had a wide open shot for three and didn't take it. Kolar again with it. Kistner. 22 seconds. And ticking. Kistner moving towards the right wing. Hits Matucci at the top of the key to Johansson near the same spot. 9 seconds on the clock. Kolar drives inside. Kolar can't hit. And a foul on the shot. Another one for Gahanna Lincoln, as we have 11 total fouls between two teams. 6 for Gahanna Lincoln and 5 for the Eagles. As Kolar will head to the line. First shot bounces out. Kolar 5 points on the day, having a really solid start to the game. Has not made much of an impact throughout this Eagles season, but today, in this rivalry matchup, he's been coming up big, whether it's rebounds or shots. He's taken the opportunities that he can get. Second free throw. Shot is butter. And 5.8, 24-10 score. Rivera Whitfield quickly taking it down the court. Whitfield drives inside. He's got a wide open driving lane, trying to hit the buzzer beater layup, and put too much on it as it rolled off the backboard and out. So once again, at the halftime break, 24-10 is our score. Eagles lead by 14. As I will send you back to my partner, Tim Gonda.
Now, if you're Gahanna, I know you're seeing how that's my phone. This is eerily similar to last time they played New Albany. New Albany has a lot of momentum. Granted, they didn't have this much momentum. Like, Gahanna just hasn't got any shot to go in. It's either off the backboard, off the rim, and then they just can't stop New Albany from scoring any type of bucket. It's a 3, and that's good. It's a 2, and it's good. And just
It's good. Hey, we're good.
Just step away, bro.
stop, bro. Stop.
No.
Dude, stop. I'm sorry. Somebody was just using the.
I would actually let you, but their athletic director was like, I don't know.
So now, Gahanna just really needs to lock in here and just do everything right as we take a quick break. I am so sorry. Oh my god. I don't know what they're doing. So, New Albany just keeps hitting their shots as they keep doing. As Marco Matucci's having a really productive night, as well as Cam Kolar and Caden Kistner. Now, Gahanna's having a very slow start. Rivera Whitfield just isn't doing what he needs to do to succeed. He just isn't hitting his shots. He's shot chucking. If I'm being honest, he isn't hitting the shots he needs to hit to make this 28-3. If you've watched the Super Bowl, that kind of comeback for the second half. He needs to have a Tom Brady walk-in if he really wants to get this done. Now, some things that New Albany could do a little bit better is hitting their free throws, if I'm being honest. And just overall, just maybe hitting a little bit more shots. I wouldn't change that much. The fouling issue is really bad. Marco has a few fouls. Johansson has a foul. Overall, it's a very clean game overall, but just like they just need to clean it up, if you know what I'm trying to say. Like, if they can get the small things right, then they can do anything. And this is not the same team that was facing Grove City. I'm surprised it's this much of a margin. So, what can New Albany do to make sure that Gahanna does not make the 28-3 comeback, as I've stated before? They got to block out Whitfield. If Whitfield starts hitting some threes, starts hitting some behind the backs and floaters, they're going to be in trouble. Also, making sure Washington doesn't hit it down low and just really playing physical defense, but not too physical where it gets you into foul trouble. Because as I've stated before, they have 4 total fouls. They do not want Gahanna to get into the bonus. As I've liked to state, Rivera Whitfield only has 1 point. That is not good at all. 1 point as a starting player. I don't know how to word this without saying really rude. That is abysmal. You are supposed to be the leader on this team, and you have 1 point. Now, New Albany has some playmakers. Cam Kolar with 6. That is just overall a great performance from Cam. As we kind of like summarize this whole first half of action, it was really just emphasized by New Albany's hot start and Gahanna's brutally cold start to this game. And if the momentum's flipped, New Albany's in big trouble. They cannot let them start hitting shots and getting in their confidence. They want them to think, oh, I don't want to shoot this because I know I'm going to miss. Basketball is a mental game, and if New Albany can get in their head about New Albany is so much better than us this year, we cannot come back. If they have that mentality, New Albany is going to win this game easily. They could have me rolling out there in the fourth quarter if they keep that momentum. You know, me hitting a few step back threes. I'm playing. I can't hoop. But you know, it kind of gives you a little bit of perspective of how New Albany kind of is a mental team right now. Because, you know, they've been on a few losing games. You know, Westerville Central and Grove City. I think the flip switches when they play Gahanna. Like, they turn into a absolute different breed. Like a different monster whenever they play Gahanna. I'm talking crazy defensive stops, crazy shot makes, and just overall. Now, am I saying New Albany's not usually good? No. They are always great. But, so, usually when they play other teams, they're good. When they play Gahanna, they are great. I think that's just the mindset they have every time they play Gahanna. And what I'd like to see from them for the rest of the season is keeping that finished mentality and just like, oh, we're playing Gahanna this week, boys. They play amazing. They're blowing this team out. If they can keep that momentum into the game's future, I think they could win a state title. No. Now, that might seem a little bit like a hyperbole statement there. But, as we've seen, New Albany has a star-studded lineup. As we've mentioned, the McDonald's All-American Marco Matucci. His accolades speak for himself. Committed to Toledo. Just everything speaks with this team. Now, Gahannas aren't scrubs either. If they're being like, oh, yeah, we're already beating them by 14. We don't need to try. Like, we can just put anybody in. They're going to lose the game. It's plain and simple. They will lose this game if they do not mentally lock in and keep their foot on the gas. You can never quit against any team in the OCC, in Ohio, in the whole world. You can never quit on a team no matter what. So, kind of just rolling this whole thing together and like meshing it into one big thing for this ending segment of my colored halftime report is keep your foot on the gas, get open shots, don't let Whitfield get open, don't let Washington down low, and just play your brand of basketball. It's that plain and simple. If you can get the D1 level that Marco plays at every single possession, you're going to be great. If you can get Marco wide open threes, that's great. If you can get Kistner wide open threes, he's going to drain them. If you give Kolar an open three, they're going to make it. New Albany's 3-point shots are very good, as they just really work together and just overall play very good, very great basketball. I'm going to pass it to Zach Flowers here for the third quarter and fourth.
All right, thank you, Tim. Once again, my name is Zach Flowers, and we are back here in Gahanna Lincoln as the halftime clock is nearing 0. Huge rivalry match here in Gahanna between these two foes. Gahanna Lincoln in the past 5 years since 2021 is 7-2. The Eagles try to make it 7-3 and are in a very good position to up 14 in this first half. So Matucci will get it for the Eagles as Kistner will take it down, and now King gonna find Kolar on the left wing. Kolar to Kistner to Murfield in the right wing. A lot of movement beyond the arc as Matucci receives. Matucci dribbling down the baseline. Kistner to King. King right back to Kistner. And Kolar drives inside. Kolar, tough layup. Foul on the shot. And that was the story of that first half, was foul, foul, foul. As Blackman caught guilty. And so Kolar will head to the line. 8 points in that first half for Cam Kolar as he would try to put the Eagles higher in this second half. First free throw is up and good. Second one, same result. 26-10 with 7:23 in this third period. The Blackman, the freshman, taking it down the court, going to hit Washington. Washington trying to drive, find Shearer down inside, and Matucci able to strip it away. And quickly taking it down the court, pulls up from mid-range, and that ball, I don't know how that one didn't drop. Was in and out twice and could not get it to go. So 6:59, 26-10, as there was a foul on the play by Evan Murfield. So whether that ball went down in, wouldn't have mattered. It would be Gahanna basketball as Washington Jr. drives inside, finds Shearer out wide. Shearer for three. That one, no good, way off the mark. As Rivera Whitfield in the corner finds Washington to Shearer on the left side. Rivera Whitfield trying to make a move on Kistner. Passes out to Washington for three and can't hit. Raheem Washington unable to get the rebound as Murfield dislodges it from his hands and steals it away. So King hits Kolar on the right wing to Kistner on the opposite side. A lot of ball movement for New Albany as Matucci with it. Ankle breaker and can't finish off what could have been a highlight reel play. Landon Shearer fell to the ground, completely faked out by Matucci's crossover. And Matucci, again, just could not get that one to drop. So 6:01, and it's still Eagles possession after a rebound and a foul by Shearer. So that ball, Kolar wrestles it away from Washington. Holding on to it. Trying to make a move, driving inside towards the paint. And that one off of the back of the rim and drops down and in. Quick pass up to Blackman. Blackman, his layup, and can't get it to go. And there's a foul as Kolar went up for the block attempt. And he's a little shaken up, slow to get up off of the court. And Steve Blackman will head to the line. No points on the day. Again, last time these two played, Blackman was automatic from range. And he's able to put the rock in the basket for that first free throw. 28-11 with 5:33 left in this third. One free throw still pending. It's up. He's got it. Kistner taking it down the court. Swings it over to Matucci, who fires for it. Fires right back to Kistner at the top of the key. Matucci and Kistner exchanging passes, finally finding King. Kistner in the left wing, down to Murfield. Kolar beyond the arc, wide open. Automatic. 15 points for Cam Kolar. Having himself a night. Blackman with it. Blackman trying to make a move on Kistner. Finding a man in the corner. Air ball from range. It was Washington. And Kistner stepping it back as Blackman giving him no space. Kistner finds a driving lane and free throw, midi drops. And timeout, Gahanna. 33-12 with 4:36. And heading into the half, it was 24-10. Gahanna has only scored 2, while the Eagles 9. 9-2 run to begin this second half as the Eagles extend their lead to 21. As both teams still on their benches. And as we take a look at Gahanna, they have been a very inconsistent team, to say the least. They've gotten some big wins against teams like Gahanna Lincoln and Grove City, but have lost to teams like Licking Heights and Groveport Madison. Groveport Madison sitting at 6-6 on the season. Gahanna Lincoln sitting at 10-4. on the year. And it's looking like it might be 10-5 here tonight if they don't change things quickly. Before the game, we heard Coach Casey for New Albany talking about keeping possession, being responsible with the ball, and that is exactly what New Albany has done here today. As Gahanna will resume play as Blackman takes it down the court. It's Washington. And Blackman on the right wing. Washington swings it down to Carter, who finds Raheem Washington backing down Murfield. Big man on big man. Layup attempt, drops down. So after the break, Gahanna able to put their 4th point on the board as Kistner with it. Kolar on the left wing. Swings it to Matucci. Matucci back to Kolar. Hits Kistner at the top of the key. And now Kolar to King to Matucci. A lot of ball movement for New Albany. It's what they've been doing all night as King has it in the right wing. Kolar. Way back near half court to Matucci on the opposite side to Kistner. Kistner trying to drive inside. Kistner. Pass forced out as Carter with great defense. Kistner back with it with Carter mirroring him. Matucci trying to drive inside. Matucci shot. Good. But a great draw there as there's a foul on the play. Great foul draw from the freshman Blackman as Gahanna will take over with 3:13 left. 33-14 is our score. As Eagles pick up their 3rd foul of the day of this second half on that possession. Raheem Washington with it, passes out to Carter. Washington trying to make a move and a foul on the shot attempt. And Washington will head to the line. Washington so far today has been a solid but not excellent player. 4 points on the ball game, looking to extend that to 6. As his first one is no good. Big man shoots, and that one cannot go. And a scuffle down inside as it will be a jump ball as Murfield and Irvin fought for it. And it will be Gahanna Lincoln ball. 2:56 left as Blackman inbounds it. Irvin trying to make a move on King. Irvin, little stutter step, and he gets it down. Off of the glass, and it drops in. Matucci and Kistner exchanging passes beyond half court. Finally move into enemy territory and find King. Matucci on the right wing. Matucci trying to drive inside. Matucci, 2 men on him, and he's able to still drop it in. Matucci. 4th point of the day. Has not been much of a game changer, more of a team player, as there's a foul down inside on Cam Kolar. As Gahanna is moved into the bonus as the Eagles pick up their 5th foul of this 3rd quarter. So Irvin, first free throw. Too much on that shot as it hits the square and bounces out. 19-point game. Looking to make it 18. He's got it. Swishes it on the free throw. And Kistner inbounds it to Murfield. And a full court press by Gahanna as Kistner receives, trying to take it down into Gahanna territory. Matucci with Carter defending him. Forces the pass to King, and now Kistner with it at the top of the key. Hits Matucci. Fires for Kolar. Back to Matucci near the logo. Still with it. Matucci trying to find an opportunity. Finds Murfield inside, and a foul. And it will be 2 free throws for Evan Murfield. 6 points for Evan Murfield today, and with 1:37, he will take 2 free throws. First one, automatic. Nothing but net. As Kelby Martin will come in for the Eagles, as Matucci will sub out. Second free throw is off the mark, and Irvin able to pick the rebound up, trying to quickly take it down the court. Irvin all the way, and it was blocked by Kolar. And now Martin with it to Kolar. Hits the senior Kistner. Back to Martin. To King. All movement beyond the arc. Kolar to Kistner at the logo. Left wing for Martin. Martin trying to make a move on Carter. Can't. And now heavily defended is Kistner. Pass to King. Slings it to Kolar, who tries to drive. Martin pump fakes after receiving the pass and just takes it back. 53 seconds left in this third quarter. As that one tried to pass it to Murfield, and there's a foul as Irvin was able to intercept it. And it's on Kelby Martin. So it will be it will be Gahanna basketball. And it will be a transition take foul. So Irvin will head to the line. First free throw. No. Cannot hit. Irvin looking a little frustrated at himself. Knows at this point in the game, with only 46 seconds in this third quarter, he knows that every shot is important, as they're still down 19. 36-17 is our score, as Matucci will sub back in for the Eagles, as Braden King will head to the bench, as Jackson Thorne will take over for Kelby Martin. 46 seconds, Kistner finds Murfield. Back to Kistner. And Matucci with it. Triple teaming Matucci, and a zone defense here from Gahanna, as in the corner, Kolar got tripped up, and it's a foul on Gahanna. Kolar trying to drive inside, and Irvin right now not helping his team out one bit, as Gahanna picks up their 4th foul of the day. Matucci receives way beyond half court and heads into enemy territory. Jackson Thorne with it to Kistner near the logo. 24 seconds and counting in this third. Matucci from the logo, trying to drive and make a move. Forced back out near half court. Murfield with it. 12 seconds on the clock. Thorne. And Matucci in the right wing pulls up from 3. Way deep shot and can't connect with the basket, as a lob of a shot nowhere near the basket, as that will take us to the end of this third quarter. 36-18 is our score, with zeros on the clock and one more quarter to play in this rivalry matchup, as I will send you back to my partner, Tim Gonda.
This is a dream scenario for this New Albany team, beating this team by 18 points. Could you imagine that? After seeing what they did in Grove City, would you imagine they are beating the number 1 seed in the OCC by 18? That is something that you don't normally see. And I think New Albany can come out and become the champion of the OCC division. Maybe more, maybe states. We'll see. Now, they just have to finish this last 8 minutes good and just fast. As Cam Kolar really exploded tonight. Already having 15 points with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Now, I'm going to pass it to my partner, Zach Flowers.
Thank you, Tim. And a whole lot of implications for the OCC Ohio division in this game. Gahanna Lincoln overtook New Albany, leading the division after New Albany loses to Grove City last week at home. The Lions 5-1 in conference play, while the Eagles 4-2 as they look to take back the lead. Kolar with it for the Eagles. As Kolar tried to drive and pass was forced to Matucci. Matucci trying to do the same but had to step out. Matucci way back near half court finds Kolar on the opposite side. Right back to Matucci. Hits Thorne, and now on the left wing we've got Kolar. Kolar right back to Matucci on the right wing. Matucci trying to drive inside. Matucci bounce pass to Murfield down low, and it will be a jump ball, and Gahanna Lincoln will take over. 7:18 left in this ball game. New Albany doubling the points of the Lions as Washington Jr. tries to drive inside, spins, and that one way too hard of a shot. Bullet right to the backboard as Matucci grabs the rebound and takes it down. Kistner with it, being heavily defended by Pinkston. Now Thorne, bounce pass to Murfield beyond the arc. Murfield hits Kolar back near the logo. Matucci in his spot, the right wing. To Kistner on the opposite side, back to Matucci. Matucci with Washington mirroring him. Towards the left wing, and now Kistner with it. Kistner to Kolar. Long possession here for the Eagles with 6:16 on this game clock. Kistner to Matucci. Right back to Caden Kistner at the logo. Driving towards the arc, and that one pass inside to Matucci, and a foul. As a timeout is called by the Eagles. As the foul was on number 14, Nick Newman. And so 6:03 left at this timeout break. 36-18. Not a lot of scoring in this fourth quarter thus far, as it feels like this game is becoming out of reach for the Lions. And the Eagles have had a very tough schedule this season. Their opponents' combined record is 105-75, a 58% win rate, the highest of the OCC Ohio division. So they easily have had the hardest schedule between the 6 Ohio teams, and still have found a way to go to 8-5. Have dropped the last 3 and look to get their first win in 3 weeks. As the buzzer hits on the timeout, and both teams will head out back into the battlefield. Matucci loving what his team's got right now. Pointing to Coach Casey. All smiles as Kolar will take the inbound. Matucci with it at the logo. Kolar in the right wing. Exchanging passes with Matucci down to Kistner. Kistner to Thorne. To Matucci, who just holds on to it. To Kolar. Kistner with it now at the top of the key. Swings it to Thorne. Thorne all the way opposite side for Kolar. And nearly had it. Whistles blow as it will be out of bounds in Lions basketball. 5:30 left as Pinkston will take it down for the Lions. Pinkston still just holding on to it. Gonna hit Blackman on the right wing. To Newman. To Pinkston. Pinkston. And a foul on Gahanna, as it will be Eagles basketball once again. No confirmation on who is guilty of the penalty, as Kistner will find King, and King tried to pass it inside. It was rejected, knocked away, but able to recover. So Kolar with it at the logo. Hits Kistner, who rotates to the same spot, got triple team down to Murfield. Murfield, easy layup. Nobody around Evan Murfield as he picks up his 9th point of the day. And now Pinkston from the corner, he's got it. And Mark Pinkston, not a lot of opportunities to take that shot all day, and he finally found it and connected. So Murfield down inside, hits Kolar wide open, and a foul on New Albany will give the ball right back to Gahanna. 4:21 left in this fourth quarter. 38-21 is our score. It's been a struggle for both teams to find points, as it was a foul festival in that first half as well as that third quarter. But now, both teams only one foul total in this fourth quarter. As Pinkston gonna hit Irwin. Irwin to Washington Jr., who drives inside, and the shot off target. And Kistner able to get the rebound, fighting it away from Carter. And he will take it down himself, getting double teamed, and a foul by the defense, Irwin. So the second foul of this fourth quarter for the Lions. As Murfield heads over to take the ball from the ref and inbound it for the Eagles. Hits Matucci way back beyond half court and exchanges the rock with Kistner. Kistner, and a timeout for the Eagles. So 3:47 left in this ball game, 38-21, as the Eagles call another timeout. When you take a look at Gahanna, I mean, again, 55 points a game. They're a team that's allowed 51. So defensively, they're doing great. Only 38 points allowed. However, when you only put 21 on the board, you're not going to get much done, and you're not going to find a way to win. I've never seen a high school basketball team win putting up 21 points. So that, I mean, the Eagles have played great defense here today. Although so many fouls, so many free throw shots, they've still found a way to make this what's looking like a blowout here in Gahanna. As Matucci with it. Kolar on the left wing. Matucci back near the logo, getting doubled, and finds a way to escape. And it's a turnover as it's a travel by Matucci. So second foul of the day for Matucci, as it was actually more of a push-off instead of a travel. So 3:32 left, 38-21 our score. Gahanna takes over. Blackman swings it to Irwin. Finds Carter. Carter down inside to Washington. Washington trying to back down Murfield. Big man on big man, and Raheem Washington wins that battle. Kistner taking it down the court. Double teamed at half. And Kolar drives inside. Kolar, tough layup off the glass and just too much, but it will be 2 free throws as there's another foul on the day. As the Gahanna Lincoln student section will start to funnel out of here as they know the outcome of this ball game. A lot of Eagles fans here today in their side of the student section. So many that it's been overflowing. Kolar's first free throw was up and good, picking up his 17th point and second one. Same result, 18 points on the day for Cam Kolar. 40-23 is our score, as Irwin will try to take a deep three and can't connect, as Kistner picks up the rebound. Kistner quickly taking it down, bounce pass to Thorne, finds Kolar on the opposite side, and now Matucci in the right wing, spinning, finds Thorne down inside. Matucci drives, and a whistle blows by the near side ref. And it will be on Gahanna, their 4th foul of this 4th. As Murfield gets it off the inbound and immediately puts it up, but can't hit. And a foul on the rebound attempt there by Jackson Thorne. So Gahanna will take over with 2:27 left in this 4th. Just going to roll it down the court. Blackman following that ball as another stoppage of play. And they will inbound it from half court instead of their own basket. So Blackman will just hand it off to Nevels, who gets it back to Blackman. Carter to Nevels, who drives in. Washington able to receive the pass, and a whole lot of movement down in the paint. And a foul on the shot attempt on Irwin. And Irwin will take 2 free throws. Thorne, the guilty man of that possession. His 4th foul of the day. As Braden King will sub back in for Thorne, as he will step back out onto the bench. Thorne having a very injury-filled senior season. It's tough to see, but he is back here tonight and lobbing it way downfield to Matucci, and it is up and good. Will it count, though? It will, as there was a foul on the shot, so it will be an and-one opportunity for Marco Matucci with 2:10 left in this 4th quarter. Stands really starting to empty on both sides, New Albany and Gahanna, as Matucci, first free throw is good. 7 points on the day for Marco Matucci as he completes his and one, and Blackman quickly taking it down. Gonna find Pinkston in the corner. Pinkston air ball. Sails it way over. And Matucci gets the rebound. Finds Kistner. Kistner to Kohler on the left wing. 1:47 left. Kistner now on the right wing. Matucci on the opposite side, drives inside, takes the floater attempt from the free throw. Can't hit, but a rebound by Murfield. Put back shot, fouled on it as it dropped in as well. So another and one attempt on back-to-back possessions for the Eagles. And a timeout by the Lions with 1:35 left. As it looks like the benches are clearing for the Eagles as all of the starters will head out for the day as Trotner, Armstrong, Gillespie, Levine, and Martin will all sub in as King, Matucci, Kistner, and Kolar head to the bench. So Kolar will end his day with 17, Murfield with 11, Kistner with 5, and Matucci with 7. Murfield gonna add on to that point total of 12. 45-25 is our score. 20-point lead for the Eagles. And with 1:35 left, Gahanna will just roll it down the court as Blackman picks it up near the midway point. As Blackman trying to drive inside, and a foul as he was clotheslined as he attacked the rack, and he will head to the free throw line. Martin, his third foul of the day. And Steve Blackman will shoot and can't connect. Only 2 points here today for Blackman. Really a fall off from grace. He is a freshman though, so there is a bright future for this young man as he pins in his second free throw as Gillespie Levine will take it down, swings it to Armstrong. Gillespie Levine back with it. Finds Stanley in the corner. Stanley gonna move towards half court and hits Armstrong. Armstrong trying to make a move on Blackman, and Martin with it. Martin to Stanley. Swings it to Armstrong. Armstrong trying to make Blackman miss. And Blackman not letting anything up. Stanley with it. 48 seconds on the clock. It seems like the Eagle is just going to try to hold on to possession and let this clock hit 0 and take their win here in Gahanna as Armstrong holds on to it. And now Stanley near half court on the left wing. 22 seconds. And Armstrong getting smothered. And a foul on McNeil, who steps in for the first time today. 12 seconds on the clock, and Brandon Armstrong will head to the line to look for some points at the later half of this game. First one, not even close, off the front of the rim and dropped straight down. Still all smiles, though, at that line. Armstrong second, able to put some points on the board. And the Eagles take a 21-point lead, 10 seconds on the clock. Blackman quickly taking it down the court. Blackman fouled. And Brandon Armstrong, who just took free throws, will give some free throws right back to Gahanna. 6.5 on the clock. 47-26 in this blowout. As we will take a look at the upcoming schedule for New Albany. Set to play at home tomorrow against Solon, and they've got 5 home games in a row. Facing off against Central Crossing, Fairmont, Springfield, and Pickerington North as Armstrong will take it out. Final score 27-28 as zeros hit the clock in this fourth quarter. Eagles move to 9-5 while Gahanna 10-5, and New Albany reclaims the #1 spot in the OCC Ohio Division. That's it for me here tonight in Gahanna Lincoln. My name is Zach Flowers signing off. Stay tuned as I hand it back off to Tim Gonda for the post-game analysis. Thank you.
And what a great night. The Eagles sweep the Gahanna Lions. Honestly, just a dominant fashion, winning 47-28. That is a great bounce back game from what we saw at Grove City. And there's not much I can say. Cam Kolar went off. Marco actually had a kind of quiet game, but it was silent but deadly, if you could, we'll say. My bad. But he was really efficient with passing the ball. Yeah, sure, he didn't score 30 points like he usually does, but he got to the rim, kept his composure, and passed the ball. That's all we care about. My name's Tim Gonda. I'm with my partner, Zach Flowers. This was EBN. Good night.